It's time for Florida State football. This is the Jimbo Fisher Show. The Jimbo Fisher Show is brought to you by the Florida Lottery, over $30 billion and counting to education. Just imagine. The energy-saving conservation programs of Tico People's Gas. Real Coca-Cola taste with 0 sugar and 0 calories. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Taste the feeling. SunTrust, the official bank of Florida State Athletics. Ram. Come in and get a great deal on the best trucks during Ram Power Days. Nick's Toggery, provider of Coach Fisher's wardrobe. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Tom Block and Coach Fisher. And, Coach, congratulations. A hard-fought win on the road at Wake Forest, 26-19.
It was. It was a good win. Hard to go on the road and win. A team that was 4-0 and had confidence. It wasn't always pretty, but our kids battled. We competed. We made plays in the special teams game. Had some critical penalties there, too, which, it could really change the game around. Had some big plays in that, though, the kickoff returns, and we punted the ball well. Ricky was real good in kicking. Had some big defensive stops at the end, made big plays on offense. Kind of a game of extremes where, in other words, made some big plays on offense and had, we had all those tackles for loss, which is something we've got to get fixed. But on defense, they had a couple plays, but then we had a lot of really good things happen. So, kind of a game of extremes, but we learned how to win, and I think that's big. Now that's one step. Now we got to take the next step.
You mentioned you had key defensive stops there in the fourth quarter, and then obviously you get a true freshman quarterback makes that throw to a guy who's less than 100%, a lot less probably, and he makes the game-winning catch.
It was big time, big players. Made a big time play at a crucial time in the game, and that's what you need. And understanding, there's three things to that drive. All right, we missed a 4th and 1. We missed a block outside with a tight end that could have got us that 3rd and 1. And so when we didn't get that, we executed a great punt to put them on the 10. Mm-hmm. Defense goes down and plays 2 great plays right off the bat, almost gets a turnover on the 1, and we get that taken care of. And then they punt it back to us, and we save a timeout, which we did a good job second half preserving those. We're able to execute in that drive, and we had a first play, and we executed it and hit it and won the football game. And it wasn't just that play. It wasn't just a 3 and out. It was also the punt. It was also then the 3 and out, then the execution of the play. So it was all 3 phases executing at the right time, and that's what we haven't been doing, is playing together like that and at critical moments in the game.
Came through in the clutch yesterday or this weekend at Wake Forest. We'll take a look at the highlights, do it up with the first half highlights when we come back right here on the Jimbo Fisher Show. Welcome back to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Coach, this was the first true road game for your team, I guess. You'd played a neutral site game, but you go on the road against a good Wake Forest club.
Yeah, we do, and who've been playing really well, plays really smart, knows what their scheme is, got 4th and 5th year guys. And, man, this is right off the bat, we hit the opening kickoff right here. Guy slips, when he slips up under you right there, that's a tough call. That's a real tough call. And then that's why you put that guy back there. That's why you put that guy back there, and could have really started off the game in a great way. But again, our special teams were getting so much better. Now we get a run right here. Don't get nothing on the first play. We had too many of those. We had too many tackles for loss in this game. We got to get cleaned up. Here we come up just about a yard short. Got to press the route up just a little bit more. Get another yard, but still, all right. Get 3 and out. Got field position. Get a nice punt. Thought Logan punted the ball really nice on the day. One time he had a shank. The ball come off the side of his foot, which he dropped it wrong. That's what got him. But good job by Jackson there taking a shot. Matthew Thomas, those guys down there on the coverage team, and for the most part did a good job. They had one pretty decent return. Here they hit a screen early, got back up inside. That's the one thing, when you do get pressure, you try to pressure your quarterback, you are susceptible to some screens and things underneath, and they did, and that the little slot does a great job. Here they are. They hit the nice little reverse. Good job of contained right there by Trey Marshall. Trey Marshall played up in the box a lot in this game, did a great job. Really good job up inside. There they go, and there goes that. And I'll tell you what, now you talk about rugby punt. All this this stuff is dying, and that's the way our guy does, Logan does. These Australian rules kickers have taught this to Americans. It's tough. Here, the first play, man, we get a great block right there. Tell you who had a great, Vickers had a great day up front. Right there, number 9 played a great day. Broke almost a 69-yard run right off the bat, coming off their own 1-yard line. That's huge. That is huge, getting out there. We're going to get some points off of that, but it's a great run right here. Come back. 3rd down right here. We got lucky. The ball got stripped out. Brock picked it up. We got beat on the first play right there. Brock got beat around the back, and he can't let that happen. He's got to get his eyes on the guy and get it out. And James got to keep 2 hands on that football. We were fortunate twice when he got stripped back there, and they got the ball. But Ricky here got too much penetration here on the right side. We lost Derek Kelly, who's our guy on that side, so we had to put our backup in there, and he didn't get his right hand up enough, but we got it off, and then we got that fixed after that. Nice job right there. DeMarcus Christmas makes a nice play. We did a pretty good job on their run game. Well, they had a hard time running the football and all the RPO. Now we played the screen. Now we changed up the rush. Great play by Levante Taylor right there. Did a real nice job inside. Here they are getting the punt. This is the one I think we need to catch that. My ball landed at 37 yards deep. We got to get that ball and get it caught right there. And we come back, pop the screen. This is George right here. We're going to have a 1 or 2 yard game, but you can't fumble the football. That's the only turnover we had in the game. And it was a big one that led to some points for them, but you cannot fumble that football right there. Here they hit a little out route, get a little pressure, get a little momentum in the game. Derwin's got to make that play. I tell you, they're little slot guys now. Say when you're little guys like that, even as great athletes as Derwin is, it's hard to get those guys on the ground all the time. Here they run, they're trying to throw a quarterback throwback, and we had it played. We knew it. We knew it was coming. We got to make that. That should be a pick. T-Mac got to make that pick. He saw it and got to react and make it. But he made a nice play to keep it away and prevent it, that's for sure. Here they pop the run up inside. 3rd down, and they get to a shorter field goal, pop a field goal, and keep it 3-3. Here we come back, get a nice stretch play outside. I'm going to tell you what Nine's doing a great job of, dropping his pads and going north-south. The ball come out when he hit the ground there. He's got to secure that football a little bit. He waved it just a little bit in this game. And we pop this. This is a big, George got to make this block. George makes this block, we're in a 20-yard gain down the sideline. And that's what we do all day is throw those bubbles and screens outside, and he's got to make that block. Nooney, I'd just take a tough shot. I was glad to see him get up and make a play. Get another stretch play right here. Now 3 right here. 3 can't bounce this ball. He's got to stick that ball north-south and understand, you know, all them plays aren't touchdowns now. Just go north-south. He's running really good, but just got to have a little more patience and take some more 8, 9, 10-yard gains. Now, great screen right here. Don't understand the call. I got to get that clarified. Thought it was a good call. I mean, good play, but we'll get that clarified by them. That was a big pickup, too. We had the ball across midfield, moving the ball, and it had 3 or 4 plays in that drive, been very positive. Didn't want to make a mistake back there throwing the football to the young quarterback, so we were elected to punt it. This is a critical miss right here. Logan, when he dropped the ball, he dropped it bad off the side of his hand and it hit the side of his foot, and that's a critical miss. He'd been punting the ball the last 2 games really, really good, and that cannot happen. T-Mac, they get a little completion in front of it. This ends up getting us back right here. Good job, guys, up front. That was Derwin James right there. You know, they lead to another field goal, always just off a bad punt. And you know, Logan's been kicking the ball really well the last 2 games. Just had that one there that happened on. We got a nice play action here. Just a hair short, just a hair. That's a really good play by their guy. And just a second, just late. When he had a little step on him, but their guy made a real long play. Nice job. Pop the counter coming back right here. 3rd down. Not much we could do. Don't turn it over down there in a 1-possession game. Then they get roughing the kicker right here. They take that, and that's what caused that one right there. So we're in good shape. They ran into the kicker, which was a good call. And we get the ball back. At least one thing, we don't get points, we change field position. That's critical. Right here on 3rd down, just miss a block. Just straight miss a block, and not a miss assignment, just a miss block. We pop the power up there, and if he hits that a little tighter and gets in there a little quicker, got a chance to, I don't know if he gets the 1st down, but he's going to get another 8 or 10 more yards. Then right here, Logan gets this nice punt. He hits this in like 57 yards, which is really good. Now right here, I love Jackson, making him take the shot. Now Nate's got to make that tackle right there. Nate's got to make. We get about another 8 yards, but we still get netted about 47 yards on that. And a great job by Logan to come back after one bad punt and get that, and rough. So it was a good job. They pop a little shuffle pass up inside, which everybody does now, those types of plays, and guys are just continuing to play. The game was a very physical, hard-hitting game. Now Trey, right there, we cannot jump. We got the ball. We got the play played perfectly. He just got to stay on the ground and run through the quarterback. That's all it is. It's played perfect. You just got to stay on the ground. Now they got us in no huddle here and got the motion going, and they get out of there. There's Matthew Thomas, who again led us in tackles with 10 tackles, 2 sacks, and had 2 tackles for loss. Played a heck of a game. And they run it up inside, and they got the momentum right there in 13-3, and they missed the extra point, which is again kicking game, very crucial. They just missed it, and sit on the sideline. Hope that'll cost them later, and it obviously does. And this is, to me, the key play of the 1st half right here. Keith Gavin will get a great job back there by everybody blocking it, George and those guys, and Keith hitting this big kickoff return and sets us up for points and sets us up for a touchdown. It's a great job by George. He almost got another one. Made a smart play here, pulling off a clip block right there. He's got to stay off of it. But great job right there by Keith Gavin, and to get us right back down to the point. Our special teams brought us back. Great run, great block by Vickers up inside. Good job inside by the 2 guards in the center, Eberle and Dickerson and Minshew. And then we pop another nice 3rd down and 1 or 2 up in there. Get it down to about the 2. Got to keep pounding that thing. Good job by 9. And this is, watch this run right here. Great blocking. We just push it, but now you got to push that pile. You got to have a nose for that goal line. And that's somebody wanting to get in the end zone. And guys wanting to compete and get back in the game. And that was one heck of a job and heck of a drive to recover right there and come back, and we get it. And Ricky being perfect was big on the day. We're back to 12-10, and I believe we get the turnover on this drive. Hey, Pop, see, now we start playing the quarterback run. Stay on the ground. There's D-Jack. Great to get him back in the action and starting to play well. He wasn't, you know, now we get the little, great job by Kyle Myers. They throw all that little RPO stuff. That ball gets tipped in the air when you throw it inside. Kyle Myers, we get the first turnover on defense we had this year. It's a great job. We get a nice zone play right here. Cam makes some great runs. Get north-south. You got to keep going north-south. Don't try to bounce it. A nice run right here. Pops another one. It bounces back right here. You can see his great leverage right here in the leg strength. One's out there trying to lead. Got to be careful doing that. Now right here, third down. Third down. They got us to a third down. We popped it. But hey, be smart there. The 2 down the field plays were covered. Pop it down, get a few yards, get a field goal. Now we're back in the lead, 13-12. And winning at halftime after giving up a couple things like that, it felt really good. Here they go. They get the RPO. They get that again. RPOs now. They get those backers up inside. Kyle Myers gets the tackle, but that little on that slot stuff, that's hard now. They get a pump. Great job. There we go. Matthew Thomas on the sack. I tell you, when you bring him, he is heck now. He's long, he's athletic, he's hard to block. Great job pushing the pocket inside. Looked like Derek Nottie. And now, great job of reviewing here in Derwin. We can't give that up 3rd and long down the middle. We had a missed check. One of the guys supposed to sink under that. But Derwin goes and gets the hit, and it was ruled that he hit him with the shoulder, in the shoulder. It was a great call by them. Great job right here. Stanford Samuels, who's really been coming on playing real well as a freshman. I love what he did. And we go out of the halftime. They got a big stop for the half, and we're 13-12 on the road. You can't ask for more than that, especially the way we got behind.
Well, exactly, and you really changed momentum with the big play of the first half, that kick return. They were up 12-3, and then in about a 3 or 4 minute stretch, you had the lead.
Exactly right, and special teams is huge. We got great returners. I've said Keith's a good returner, Derwin's a good returner. All those guys were doing a good job now, and we worked hard in that off, and those 2 weeks off of getting live. We had live looks, and just getting those guys back, blocking real good people, and getting that timing and rhythm set up, because kick returning is such timing. You know, and we got it timed up, and those guys hit it, and that ended up being a big part of the game. Because we had the return, which got us good field position. That one, and later they pooched one, but we still got the ball back to the 40. So, I mean, you're winning field position battles that way.
Exactly right. So Florida State with a lead at the half. When we come back, we'll check the second half highlights from Winston-Salem. Stay with us right here on the Jimbo Fisher Show.
It's intercepted, picked off at the 35-yard line. It's Marquez White, and he picks off the pass, a collision with the intended receiver, and he hangs on to it. Back on the wheel, dropping to Walford, looks downfield, throws a sideline route downfield, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Tavares McFadden to the 50, to the 40. McFadden got a blocker. He's drilled and dropped to the 38-yard line. One hop bounce on the punter, and he cannot get the ball. It's fumbled. The ball is loose at the 31-yard line. It's picked up by a Seminoles on the deck, and the FSU Seminoles have come up with the ball. 3rd turnover of the game by Wake Forest. The snap, handoff, play action fake on the rollout by Andre Francois. Touchdown FSU. Francois executes the play action fake, put it under his arm, and ran to the left of the formation. Noles take the lead now. It is 9-3. Intended for Kermit Whitfield. It is. It's caught by Travis Rudolph. Dives to the 1-yard line. Cannot get it in. What a great play by Travis Rudolph. Almost an interception. The snap. Play action fake. Francois dropping, looking, crossing route, throw, caught, touchdown, Mountain Tate. Touchdown FSU. Florida State goes 96 yards. And DeAndre Francois heats up. Rudolph first, and then a dart to the end zone to Alden Tate in the red zone. Low snap, the kick has gotten away, and bad snap and all. Mike hits the goalpost, and it's no good.
Welcome back. Florida State with a lead at intermission, and Wake Forest gets the ball to start things in the second half.
We do, and you know, the big thing is we got to get a stop, which we did in the game, and we had a heck of a drive here. They're trying to RPO, and you see all the bite. Now we had a stunt run, and we didn't run the stunt. That was it. They RPO, we stopped it, and we had to have loop stunt coming back up inside, and the guy didn't loop and get back inside, and it cost us. A great job right here. Great job by Jalen Wilkerson. You know, who just found out the day before his grandfather had passed. And you talk about playing under some duress and go out there and have a great game. Now, we got lucky here on 2 of these. They had 2 of them back here that, you know, around that 10, we got to start catching that ball a little bit. And a nice lead right there. Jacquez getting a nice run, getting it going in the second half. We get a great drive right here and get going. Nice run, the first down. We're mixing up a run and pass, get nice play action. But see right here, when he had to do that, it caused the ball to be late. We got to give him a clean pocket. If he has a clean pocket, this is wide open, we're going to hit it. And he made a great throw. He just had to dodge off the end just enough to delay that thing. That's why I said one little thing. Now, we executed the screen game really good the other night. Great job right there by number 9. Underneath the guys inside Minshew and Eberle and Rubel right there, I believe, getting down on the deal. And pop a counter play right there, run through tackles. Great job right there by number 3. We got a great drive going right here now. Making guys miss. We're mixing up run, pass, screen, keeping a good mix. Here we get a nice bounce back outside, get a couple more yards down that red zone. They get their safeties. The way they play, extra guys in the box and safeties low, it's tough. Now right here, great screen. Now watch this run right here. This is probably a 7-yard gain, but he makes a 9-yard gain because he goes north-south, that's 230 pounds, and knocks that pile back. And right here, we pop it up inside. This is disappointing here, we don't get in. This is the drive we do get in, and they call it back. Right there, they call a hold on the left guard, and man, oh man. And then they get a cheap late hit right there, which is ridiculous on your quarterback. But great job by James. We got the ball in the end zone. We get a holding call. They get a personal foul. We get it back 1st and 7. Then we don't get anything here. And they string it out and we get the loss. That's a 3rd down play there. We went 2 runs and didn't get anything out. And disappointing there. We had a touchdown and we got taken off. We had 2 touchdowns taken off the board in that game. One with the clip, one with the hold. We got to get that. We got to get that fixed. And both of them were tough, tight situational calls. But hey, they called us. We got to get it. Now, great George Campbell right here. Great job. He and Hampshire Nazadine did a great job on coverage right there. Got him inside the 25. Our kickoff team did a great job. Here they just make a great hitch and go. I mean, it's a good back shoulder, big receiver. It's tough to defend. They made a good throw and catch. Then they get that inside zone. Great. See our guys swarming inside on that zone now. Our guys up front. Fred Jones, those guys knocking guys back. Playing good up front, allowing the backers and safeties to come down on that thing. Now this is actually a good call. This is a screen by them. And so that's why it wasn't off into passes. The ball was caught behind line of scrimmage. A lot of people throw those things. It was a good call by them. This is critical. They had drop play. And listen, they could throw it out here. And like I say, great hit right there by Kyle Myers and Jalen Wilson. Great job. He had a couple tackles in the game, had a fumble recovery, and like I say, playing with a heavy heart. He lost his grandfather, who was very, very close to him. And our thoughts and prayers go out with him and his family. We get the counter right here. Got to block that inside guy. We made the outside guy miss. We'll get a yard or so. We just got to we're pounding the counter, mixing things up. Nice play action right here. Screen. Now what they did, they covered the screen. He can't throw it away from the side of the receiver. He's got to throw it down to that side. And that's a learning lesson for James and what we got to do. Great job here on the punt. Good job. Nate's got to make that tackle. Then they got the clip, but then we make a knucklehead. Hampshire knows better. That ball's way out of bounds. We want to have them backed up on their own 15 or 20, and then we give it back to them, and they get a little better field position here. And then they throw a back shoulder fade, nice one-on-one, and get it out of there, which we got to do a better job of in that now. Right here. Look, now this is the one that's disappointing. That's a throwback that we use, and that daggone Matthew pulls him up and got it perfect, and we got our best player, him and Burns and Matthew, but the 2 of our best right there in space, and Burns, he misses him, and you know, it's a shame that we did that because we had it for us loss and ended up being the one thing that set up a touchdown when it ended the drive. And we had perfect. But they chip it up. They're back ahead 19-16. And George catches that short kick, did a good job. But we did a good job of fielding kicks. He got north-south, got that ball back around on the 40-yard line. So even though you don't get the return, you're still getting the ball out in the 40. Now we get a nice naked play right here. Now this is the same one we hit what's his name on. You got to make that catch. That ball was I was about throwing just like 18s was. George got to make that catch. It was a good throw and good read right there, and we had it, and just got to make it. Here you go on 3rd down. George, now keep coming back to the ball, trying to find it. Keep fighting your way back. Can't wait on it. Got to run through it. Got to run through it. Got to run through it. They covered it, but they got it stopped on that drive. Here our defense has been big right here. Great punt right here. But now we had this completely boxed in. We had one guy. We had 4 guys around the ball, and one guy jumps out of his lane, and that's what it took. Because we had it perfect. We had him back around the 10 or 15-yard line, which we're in good shape. Our defense does a great job. There's Matthew Thomas again. When that guy comes getting the sacks and being on the edge, he's so athletic and long. Man, he does a heck of a job in that stuff. And they punt it, get it all the way down here. T-Mac, I mean, he can't let that ball hit the ground. He had it caught, just can't let it. Did a great job of getting back on it, but we got to keep that ball secure. Here we go. Get a nice little route out here to Auden Tate. Get a 2nd and 2 right here. Get moving the ball really well right here on this drive. Pop it up in there on a nice. Now this right here. See, we got to stick that up and take a 1-yard loss. They got some penetration, but we can't be bouncing back and getting that. It's just something he'll learn in time. He's doing a great job, but just got to be a little better, make better decisions. Here we get a 3rd and long. They get in the halves coverage. We stick a go route right in the hole. Great job by Keith attacking it. Good job by one sticking it in the hole. And 3rd and long, man, we make a big play. And that's what players got to make plays. Here we had this. Man, we're just inches off the goal line throw right there. We get another big kick right here by Ricky. We had 3 yards on the first play, and then with 2nd down, we didn't get anything and had that pass and just inches off, but we're smart, we're tied up. Hey, we're on the road. Young freshman quarterback doing a good job. And there you go. Play leverage on the football. Great job, T-Mac. Tackling well, boy, this year. His shoulder's healthy. Boy, he's tackling really well. Here they're getting it here. Ball ends up just short. They're getting pressure, getting in the guy's face, and they got to punt it to us. And we get it. Now, this is the drive I thought we could have got down. Great job right there. T-Mac had something in his eye, had a loss of contact. So DJ comes in and gets a nice run right here, 8 yards. DJ comes in and gets a nice, just receiving that punt was huge. Now we pop the run up inside. There we go. Keep pounding. Back to them safeties. Safeties have to make tackles on big guys. You just got to keep pounding. Good job by 9. Here we get another nice run. Amir Rasul pops a power play up inside. Amir, again, I keep saying, is going to be a really good player now. It's great juice, great juice, great juice. Getting it up inside. Boom, 9. This is the 3rd down play. We actually should have blocked out with the tight end right there. 88, he's got to block that a little better, and then we can get that. But you know, we had 3 timeouts. Everybody said go for it on 4th and 1. But I know we were tied. We had 3 timeouts. Our defense just had 2 3 and outs. We could pin them on the 10. It puts a lot of pressure on them. Then they get a run play here. This is the 2nd one. First one we stopped. Then we stopped the 2nd one. And now on 3rd down, they elect to throw for it because they know. And then great job by T-Mac right here. They don't get it executed. And we get to save a timeout because they threw it. Now we're going to get the ball back around the 40, 45-yard line. I think it's a 40. Boy, we're 1 block away from here. If we could have got number 10, could have got that block. We had a chance to spit that up and be in field goal range when we got it. And then here we hit a nice play action. It's the one we had earlier in the game. Georgia had, they went 1-2, and they saw the one-on-one backside with 18. And actually got an interference call on it. He getting bumped, but that's where that big body comes in. The big body, the hands. Ball was thrown perfectly by James Blackman. We executed the play and did a great job. I mean, did a great job right there. And we're able to get up and win the game. And big time play on our defense, you know, held right here. Yes, you know, you talk about guys that are furious on the kickoff. We got down there and pinned this thing inside the 20-yard line. That's what we got to do all the time. Great job right there by Vickers, again, on special teams. There's Emmett Rice back in. Derwin James was in there on that coverage, covering down. And here we are, getting it back. Guys keeping him in the pocket. Short hops the ball, just eating time. Got to give up a little, but got to be smart. Getting a good rush right here, stepping up. Now they get scrambled. This is big, too, because you stop them. Again, Matthew Thomas closing that gap and getting them before they get a first down. They have to use a timeout. And or it eats the clock up. So here they go. Last play of the game. They tried to put the trips on one side and then go up. Derwin does a great job. T-Mac's got to do a better job of bodying, getting up. But they tried to get the big guy one-on-one on the backside. But we had Derwin and T-Mac there on him. Great job by Charlie of matching the personnel to get the big guy on the big guy with the other guys on the other side. And we got the play knocked down and won the game. And executed a punt. Executed a great stop on the defense, executed a great drive on offense, and then held a 2-minute defense and made the plays that we had to do. And those are steps in the right direction. Listen, we're nowhere close to perfect. We know that, but we've taken 1 step. Now we got to take another step.
The big play of the second half, a no-brainer here, but the winning touchdown catch for Auden Tate. What a throw and catch.
It really was. I mean, it was a big-time throw and catch. A freshman made a great throw. Auden come off, had been banged up, you know, not fully healthy, but made the play. He had to, and actually got interfered with, got bumped into. made the throw, made the catch, and the stop. But to me, it goes back to the punt, the stop by the defense, and then that play by Odd. And to me, that's all one play. That's how you got to play team football, and that's part of what we got to do. Now we got to build on that this week because we got a great Miami team coming in.
And we will talk about that Miami team when we come back on the Jimbo Fisher Show. Today's final stats are brought to you by Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites. Inside the Helmet is brought to you by Hyundai.
Logan Tyler, I'm a sophomore from Nixon, Missouri, and I'm a kicker punter. Yeah, I played soccer, football, basketball, baseball. If there's winning and losing involved, I was playing with it. I had 2 older brothers and 2 older sisters, so competition was a part of my life growing up. Every time I go home, they're there, play cornhole, play bocce ball, play anything, basketball in the driveway, anything. Always competition. My dad was a big one to me just because of the sacrifices he made for our family. Didn't come from much and put a lot on the line. And Coach Fisher told a story last night about how his dad was his hero, and a lot of the same things that he said resonated with me and the way that my dad raised me. And it just, he's just always been a very stand-up guy and just always tried his best to show me how to do the right things and treat people the right way. And he's definitely one of my biggest heroes. Feels like a big town, but it has a lot of small town vibes. Everybody kind of knows everybody. It's kind of country mixed in with a little bit of city. We're a suburb, but we're very kind of rural with that, and so it's nice though. You go to school and you pretty much know everybody. It was nice coming to Florida from Missouri. The temperature is a lot higher here. The humidity is a lot higher here. I'll walk outside, walk my dog, and break a sweat. It's not like Missouri, but it's very, very nice. I like the transition a lot. Yeah, I grew up a Missouri Tigers fan just because that was the closest school to me. And then my freshman year of high school, I was looking up colleges that I wanted to go to. Not even sure if I was going to be able to play football or anything. Needed to have a good medical program, and I wanted them to have. I wanted to be in the South and have a good, rich tradition with football. And so Florida State kind of fit all 3 of those criteria. And then I was lucky enough to get recruited, and they had a spot for me. I'm majoring in psychology with a minor in biology and chemistry, and so I'm going to be a physician's assistant, a PA, for 6 to 8 years, and then I'm going to go back to school and eventually become an orthopedic surgeon. It's just kind of always been something I've always had a passion about, just helping people, and it can help me stay connected in sports because, like I said, competition is my life. Be maybe a college sports team's orthopedic surgeon or something like that, but I've always just been drawn to it, helping other people. I've had 2 surgeries now, so I know their abilities help the players and stuff recover faster, and it's just been something I've always had a passion about. Study, I guess. Study, watch movies. I'm a big movie guy. I'm down to just spend an entire day. If I have a day off, just spend an entire day in my bed, just watch movies, just veg out, hang out. When you're in high school, you're growing up, you have everything kind of set for you. You have your schedule, you have your meals planned. Whenever you get to college, you don't have any of that for you. The people here at the athletics, they get you set up with academic stuff and athletic stuff, and that's pretty much it. You have to kind of figure everything else out on your own, where to eat, how much money you need to spend on food, how much money you need to spend on clothes, and just kind of the whole life part of it. It just kind of got thrown at me really fast last year. Luckily in the spring I kind of got to slow down, wasn't in season, kind of got to get used to being in college first, and then spring football hit. Obviously you have the blessings, you get to come to a school, your tuition is paid for, you have all these wonderful facilities, you get all the gear, you get to travel everywhere and play football, I get to do what I love, but it doesn't come with no price. Whenever you go out with your friends or whatever, you have to be mindful about what you're doing, who's watching you. Your time is such a price you have to pay because, like I said, you asked what I do in my free time. I said study because I don't really have free time. and if your time is devoted to school. And so it just comes with it, and you got to accept it. At times it gets annoying, it gets a little overbearing. Sometimes you just feel like you need a break, but it's what you gotta do. It's the price you pay.
Being at the field is so amazing, and having all these people come here in Tallahassee is just awesome. And I want them to see what we see every Saturday when we come for football games.
For 7 Saturdays in the fall, Doak Campbell Stadium comes to life as Florida State's faithful pack the house for Seminole football.
Down to defense, 1 to the 5, 3, 2, 1, touchdown FSU!
Typically, the stadium closes at the end of the football season to only be used once in April for the annual spring game. This spring, the doors to Doak Campbell opened one more time for the second Doak After Dark concert.
The difference between the last one to this one is that now we will actually put people on the field. When we did the one in the fall, we tried to protect the integrity of the field because we had a football game the night before. This time we're pushing the stage back about 50 yards and people will be on the field, and it kind of plays to a bigger audience. This is probably the biggest concert in terms of this size this town's ever seen.
The event kicked off with performances by Adley Stump, David Ray, and Big and Rich. As the sun began to set, Seminole fan favorite Jake Owen brought the beach to Tallahassee.
This is real life in the real world. We ain't talking to no models, we got Seminole girls. We get real low.
I came to see Jake Owen because I'm from Sebastian, which is right next to Vero Beach. I've heard his music a lot, so I really like him a lot.
We're big, huge Jake Owen fans, and we gather from all over the state of Florida to come and watch Jake play here tonight. Him being a fellow Seminole, we figured we would come and show support.
Jake went to school here. I think that's great that he's having the opportunity where he got started and play in a stadium that I'm sure he's been to games in.
I love you guys so much. I'll always be a Florida State Seminole.
The former Knoll was followed by yet another one of country music's biggest names.
Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton. I came here to see Blake Shelton.
Hitting a spot downtown. It's all about tonight. Good times and the music.
Transforming the football haven into a concert venue is no easy task, as crews began setting up Tuesday for the Saturday night show. Those 5 days pale in comparison to the months of preparation that went into the 8-hour event.
We started working on it from October and haven't stopped. We're basically putting on a football game, but except it's a concert. So there's a lot of EMS, a lot of police, a lot of structural engineering, a lot of ticket sales.
We have around 100 people that it took to put all of this together as what you see now. A lot of college stadiums aren't designed to do shows, so we have to logistically be prepared for that. Being able to accomplish this in 4 days, we're making miracles happen there.
The work proved to be worth it, as over 23,000 from across the country sang along with some of country music's biggest hits. More than 1,000 fans enjoyed the concert from the comfort of the Champions Club, the stadium's newest addition.
Well, this is nice because, again, you have food available, you can go to the restrooms, they're nice restrooms, and if it rains, we can come inside and it's nice and cool, so it'll be great.
The night's success just might lead to the gates of Doak Campbell Stadium opening for even more events.
I love the tailgating, I just love all this. I love the music especially.
We're trying to find ways to put more activities in the stadium beyond just concerts and football games. The more times we can put people back in our stadium, the better we feel that we'll position ourselves and get people excited about coming back here more than just 7 times a year.
The Look Ahead is presented by Florida Farm Bureau Insurance. Register to win a football fantasy experience at knowlescontest.com.
Welcome back, Coach. We flipped the page in the script pretty quick. It's Miami week. You know all about it. You've been around here for a while now. But this, it's always one of the great games, and it's one of the terrific rivalries of college football.
It really is. I mean, the meaning of it, again, they're a real highly ranked team. We're struggling to get back and getting relevance to having a great season and doing which we can. And I think we took the first step last week. We got to take another step this week. Got a huge challenge. This team's coming in confident. They're undefeated. They're ready to play. They're going to want to beat us. They're going to want to play well. But so aren't we. So it ought to be a great game. It's one of the things you always love playing at Florida State's that Miami game.
Good skill players. That's no surprise. They got a new quarterback, but they got a very good running back, a good receiver, good defense.
Great defensive line. Linebackers are excellent, athletic in the secondary, can return. I mean, typical Miami team. Good in all phases. Mark does a heck of a job coaching them. Manny does a great job on defense. I mean, and they just do a great job.
3:30 kick at Doak Campbell Stadium this Saturday. Miami and FSU, the latest chapter. We'll come back with some final thoughts right after this.
Welcome into Garnet and Gold Grub, presented by Tico People's Gas. I'm Catherine Phillips alongside Chef David Mudge, Executive Chef at the new 1851 here on the campus of Florida State. And he's going to walk us through a delicious game day recipe using natural gas. Chef, what do you have for us today?
So today, thank you for having me. For today, we're going to do some nice seared diver scallops. And I have a nice chayote, jicama slaw that's going to go on the bottom. Really fresh, nice textures, nice crunch to it. And then we're going to finish it off with a little fresh lemongrass broth. Okay. So I'm going to take you through the steps of how to create this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a really nice hot skillet. The scallops aren't going to take very long to cook, probably about 3-4 minutes. So you want to get a nice golden sear on as fast as you can.
And with the natural gas, you have that visible flame there. What does that do for you?
Correct. Basically, it keeps us to control it a lot easier. The higher the temperature, the faster the sear, the lower temperature, a nice slow broth. Like the broth is on a really nice slow temperature right now, so I can let it be for about 15 minutes, so it's really, really nice. Okay. So basically we're going to take some nice diver scallops, a little kosher salt, a little bit of pepper, mix that up a little bit there. So we're going to put a little bit of extra virgin oil in the pan. As you can see, it's already starting to sear, which is nice. Like I said, it's not going to take very long at all. Get a nice sear. With scallops, with any seafood, you want to make sure it's internal temperature of 145 internally before you can eat it.
So, because I know scallops can be tricky for a lot of people to cook, so what's kind of your rule of thumb?
What's going to happen is they're going to get kind of milky white. They're going to shrink up a little bit. They're going to tighten up. It's going to become very milky white, and pretty much, like I said, 5 minutes will be ready to go. So then what we're going to prepare next is the slaw. You want to help me with this one?
I will.
Awesome.
So what do we have mixed in here?
Well, we have fresh cilantro, a little bit of honey, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of rice wine vinegar, some fresh chayote, jicama, and julienne red peppers.
So a lot of different flavors.
A lot of different flavors going on. A lot of textures, a nice crunch to it. Very, very fresh. Just give it a nice like I say, you can already see the scallops are already starting to tighten up. That's beautiful. Got a little nice golden brown to it. Like I said, probably about 5-6 minutes. And then what we're going to do at the end, we're going to garnish it with a little fresh parsley and a little bit of shaved coconut, toasted coconut, just for a nice little crunch, nice color to it.
So is seafood one of your favorite things to cook?
It is. It is. I love seafood. You know, coming from New England, you know, it's seafood heaven, so it's a lot of fresh seafood. So this is really, it's fun when you're actually, and I love scallops. Anything of that nature is really, really nice. Basically, the coconut broth, it's a coconut broth with fresh lemongrass, some fresh oranges, fresh limes, a little bit of fresh lemons, some garlic, and a little bit of ginger. Basically, you let it cook, bring it to a boil, let it cook for about an hour, and let it reduce for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
So, very, very fresh, healthy broth. Scallops are almost ready. We'll be good to go. So we're going to take a little bit of the jicama chayote slaw. Just going to build a little nest with it, just to go on the base of the plate. We're going to take our scallops, turn them around.
Those look perfect.
Yeah, awesome. Nice golden brown. And we're going to use the fresh lemongrass broth. It's very, very healthy, all fresh.
It looks very fresh.
Yeah, you can smell the lemongrass and the coconut come right out of there.
So good.
A little bit of the shaved toasted coconut over the top. So our finished product, seared scallops with a nice jicama chayote slaw with a nice lemongrass broth. Very, very healthy, very, very nice. So, you want to try it?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, enjoy.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Enjoy. How is it?
Cooked to perfection.
Awesome.
So good.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
For full details on this recipe and more information on how you can use natural gas at home, at your business, or at your next tailgate event, go to peoplesgas.com/cooking.
Welcome back, Coach. It's amazing what winning can do. It's just one win over Wake Forest, but everybody feels better, and you can build on it as you get set to play again this week.
Well, once you realize you can make plays when you have to, kicking game, defense, offense, you know how to do that, and you got confidence you can do it. And like I say all the time, the word confidence is huge, and hopefully that gave us some confidence.
All right, next up, Florida State and Miami, as we talked about. 3:30 kick, and we will have a full look back, all the highlights from the renewal of a great rivalry next week right here on the Jimbo Fisher Show.
This has been the Jimbo Fisher Show, brought to you by the Florida Lottery, over $30 billion and counting to education. Just imagine. The energy-saving conservation programs of Tico People's Gas. Real Coca-Cola taste with 0 sugar and 0 calories. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Taste the feeling. SunTrust, the official bank of Florida State Athletics. Nick's Toggery, provider of Coach Fisher's wardrobe.